Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. And today we are going to talk about what is Crossout. What are some of the mechanics and how some of these things work and what things do. So first start, I would like to go over the game modes because those are important. So the game modes, up here you have your PvP. These two on the right here are players versus bots, so you can keep that in mind. This one is get the scrap metal, this one is get the wires, this one is get the batteries. These three, you can play any of these three and you can go against the same players, get the same lobbies as everyone else does. And these are your resources. You can use them for crafting. You can use them to make a little bit of gold or coins. You could sell those on the market at level 8, which we'll go over. And then down below that, these game modes down here are called raids. These raids are labeled with stars. With the more stars that they have, the harder the difficulty. So, and there's 2 raids for each difficulty. Right now, there is the War for Fire and the Steel Cradle, for example, for these easy raids here. These rotate every hour. So every hour, the raids will change. And what I mean by that is they will change to a different type of raid. So, for example, like, this one is perimeter breach, then you got data theft, then you got frontier defense. These are types of raids. And every hour they rotate and they're random. You don't know what they're going to be or anything like that. And each difficulty has different resources that you can gain. And for copper, for easy raids, you only get copper. So keep that in mind. And then for medium or normal difficulty raids, which is the 2 stars, for the first one, you get copper. For the second one, you get plastics. And then for hard mode raids, first one, you get copper. And the second one, you get electronics. And then there's a special raid right here called Invasion. Invasion is a game mode where you go and play against Leviathans with up to 3 other players, so for a total of 4 players, and you fight 3 Leviathans. Leviathans are giant, well, they can be giant. They can be very big, very powerful vehicles that people make, and they send them out and have the AI fight for them, and then we as players fight against them. So they are not player controlled, they are AI controlled, but they can be very powerful, and it can be difficult sometimes to beat all 3. But if you do beat all 3, you get a massive payout of copper, and yeah. So, and there's weekly challenges for beating it as well. Then down below that, we have clan battles, and clan battles are just, they're battles that you can do if you're in a clan. You can go do this, you can earn scrap, you can earn uranium if you hit a high enough rank, which is used to craft relic weapons, and or if you don't care about relics, you can sell it, and then they sell for quite a bit. And there's also Leviathan Clan Wars, where this one is a little bit different. So it plays normally like Clan Wars, which is a 4v4, and 1 player on each team will be controlling a Leviathan that they made. And the goal is to take out all the players and the Leviathan and win the battle. Then down below that, you got brawls. So you got something, these rotate too, I believe, every so often. But right now it's one called Mosquitoes, which I've never played because I don't really play brawls, and for the Emperor, which also I've never played. Then there's a special one here that if you just want to go mess around and fight people, or if you just want to chill and chat with folks, just enjoy your time, you can go to Bedlam and just do whatever, pretty much. Then down below that, you got your special game modes, so like your events, your story mode, which adventures is the awakening, which is your story mode. And this is something I highly suggest playing for newbies. If you're finding yourself having a hard time getting XP, go play it. Awakening, it gives you scrap, it gives you copper, and it gives you nice XP. So that is something I suggest that all newbies play. But this one here is called Operation Radiance. It's just a special event that we have going on right now. It includes a special battle pass, which is this. So you can buy the battle pass and get all these rewards. I'm not going to go over all of them. You can look through them yourself. But pretty much battle passes are like pretty much any other game. You buy it, you get special stuff, and it's only $10. And you get like $200 worth of stuff. So it's, you know, if you want to pay for it, you get rewarded for it every time you level up. And there's weekly challenges, which we'll go over challenges now. So for the small battle pass, it is under our normal challenges, which I need to do these yet. But we have one big one here that grants a good amount of XP. And then we got one here. Well, I have 4 because I haven't done them. That grant a little less XP. And below that, you have daily challenges. These are things that refresh every day at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And you can do these every day. And if you do enough of them, which is 40, if you do 40 of these total, you can get 400 engineer badges, which you can use to buy armor pieces, or you can use to buy resources, or you can buy little loot crate things. It's totally up to you. But if you do 40 of those, 40 dailies, then you get 400. And you can do that every week. And these are the weeklies. They're the same every week. I have already completed a bunch of them, so they're not all on here. But they involve anything from doing brawls to completing daily challenges to doing story mode, aka adventure mode, clan battles. I mean, all types of stuff. So these are worth doing. And especially if you're trying to get armor, you're struggling, you find that you don't have enough armor or enough good armor, then these are a great way to go ahead and get some armor. And once you get enough badges, you can come over here and you can see that you can buy all these resources. These rotate from time to time. They all cost a different amount. And you can buy these. So if you have a crap ton of badges, you can just boom, 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 you know, buy a whole bunch of them. And then here's the loot crate containers I was talking about. So you can click parameters, see what your possibilities of getting are out of this. This is random, by the way. So if you do get something that you don't want, you can always turn around, sell it on the market, and get a little bit of coin for it. And then this one, also random, but includes only epic items, which is purple. And again, you don't like what you get, you turn around and sell it. So there's that. And then everything below this is armor pieces. So they got anything from light armor to heavy armor, bumper pieces, you name it. You can save up 300 and get a part. And all of these are 300. Every armor piece is only 300. So if you have like 1,200 badges, you can scoop up a crap ton of armor that you don't have already. And as you see, there's quite a bit. There's even more than what I'm showing here because I've already bought a bunch. So yeah, there's that. Now, how does matchmaking work in this game? Matchmaking sucks in this game. I'll be upfront and honest with you. Nobody I know likes the matchmaking. It is a mess, to say the least. But pretty much how it works is it matches you with people that are within about 1,000 power score. It might be 500. I heard somebody said that it was 500 now. So it's either 500 or 1,000. So like every 500 or 1,000 power score, you will be matched with higher or lower players, depending on what power score you are. Because what it does is it takes your power score into account and it matches you with people that are roughly about the same. And part of the matchmaking also includes what weapons you use. what types of wheels you use, or movement parts in general, I should say. So your parts do affect the matchmaking and what kind of people you go against. So keep that in mind. Not that it's really anything really too much to worry about. So that's how that works. And also, I'm going back for a second. So raids, you could be any power score you want. Like if you want to be 7K, you can be 7K. Or you can go in at 15K. It doesn't matter, as long as you meet the requirements for each raid. And it will tell you if you are too low a power score when you go to click on it or whatever. So don't worry about that. You don't have to be any special power score to go into these, minus the requirements to actually do them. So why don't we go ahead and go over Codrivers. Codrivers have changed a lot in the last year. This is a new system, or a fairly new system. So Codrivers, you unlock these when you hit level 30. And when you hit level 30, you will be granted, I believe, 3,000 intelligence. I may be wrong about that, but you can start earning intelligence, which, just think of it as points, I guess, just like points that you put towards something. And you can use those points, those intelligence points, to buy a Codriver. Now, Codrivers have many different abilities, both passive and effective, that will help you in battle, and it will either add extra damage to your weapons, or something like Grizzly will add more durability, and it'll give you like resistance to damage when the effect activates. Then there's, you know, different ones here, like some of these passive abilities, they're all different. Detection range when using invisibility, negative 10%, and there's some here like armored car speed plus 5 kilometers an hour, so that's useful. Then there's more, you know, passive ones here, like passive aggressive, I should say. Like this one, effect highlights explosive modules on the enemy's armored vehicle for 6 seconds, increases damage to it by 15%. So that's really useful, but you have to hold the target within your sight for 3 seconds. And they all have their own activation effect, and the further down the list you go, the more that they cost to unlock. So the top ones here, they start out at, I believe it's the first 3, start out at 3,000 intelligence. Then I believe it goes up to 5,000 intelligence. I may be wrong about that. And then I believe 7,000 for the ones further down the list. And to activate one that you already purchased, you would just click on the Codriver and click Add to Cabin, and you're good to go. But remember to save your vehicle to your blueprints. This is something people don't remember to do often enough when they are just starting out. It saves your Codriver, it saves your entire car, and it just, you know, when you want to use it again, you can go to it and click assemble. It'll auto assemble it for you. You don't have to build it again. And same thing, if you want to go to a different build that you have saved, click on it, assemble, and it'll auto assemble it. Now keep in mind, these will require all of your parts. You cannot assemble a car and use it if you don't have the parts, obviously. So like this one, for example, it says I don't have a paint, but the paint is an exception. So I'm talking about like a cabin or like anything important that may be missing if you sold it or something. It's not going to work out very well for you, to say the least. But yes, make sure to save these in your blueprints. That way you don't end up having to build them all over again. So the next thing I'll go over is Exhibition. Exhibition is a pretty cool feature. You can search in here for other people's vehicles, and you can search by part, power score, the name of the author, the name of the build, a tag. So a tag would be like high damage, or here, I'll show you. Like, so you got all different types of tags here. You click on them, you can add as many as you want, and you can search by Codriver. So, and you can also search by part, like I said. You can go here, you can type in the name of the part. So like I go here and I type in Executioner, comes up with the Executioner 88mm cannon. And you can sort by that. You just click on it. It'll sort by that cannon. Builds with that cannon. So it's pretty cool. And you can upload your own. So let's go back to blueprints real quick. So let's say I wanted to upload my missile hover build. You would just click on the build that you want to put in your exhibition and then click to exhibition. It'll come up with this screen. You can choose to share it with subscribers, friends, or none, or both. And you can tag it with all different things. And then you click publish, you're good to go. And if you go to exhibition and go to owned, it will show you all of your blueprints that you've uploaded. And it'll show you your popular ones. So like, for example, my Gravistar car right here has 23 downloads, 26 likes. And these will be your most popular ones, these top 4. And then most downloaded will be right below that. And then this down here will be all of the ones that you've uploaded. And if at any point you want to make space in your exhibition and you want to get rid of some, you just right click on it, click remove, and you're good to go. It frees up a space. So let's go over friends list. Friends list is pretty simple. You type in your player's name and it'll come up with, okay, well, not my friend apparently, but you type in your friend's name, and if they've already played Crossout, it will show up here. You right click on them and click add, and then they'll have to add you, and then you're good. So if you want to be just random, there is a vehicle auto assembly option here. It's usually not very good, or usually doesn't make very good builds, and it's pretty wonky, but if you want to use it, it's an option. Then down here, we have your weapon, or just like different weapons, cabin effects, things like that. If you have a chameleon, which is your invisibility module, things like that that need a button to be pushed to be activated, you can come here and you can customize it. Or if you want, like for example, my snowfall rockets, if I want one on right click and 2 on left click, you can do that. Or if you want them all on different buttons, you can do that too. And you have 5 different buttons to choose from, and you can do that for any of these. So keep that in mind. And right here, if you click the eye icon, it'll show you your power score. It'll show you your durability, aka health, parts and part limit, which would be the right number, energy and energy limit at the right, mass and mass limit at the right, and your max speed, tonnage, acceleration, co-driver, and any reputation bonus you're getting. Then up here, if you click this eye icon on the eye icon, it'll show you all the parts you are using for this build and how much it costs to make the build. So that's useful if you want to share it with friends. So that's pretty much it. Oh, I'll go over this too. If you click on this box up here with your name in it, you can go here and you can see all your stats, like your player stats. I got a decent KD. I've played a lot of stuff, destroyed a lot of stuff as well. You go over to banner, you can select a portrait, a background, or a banner logo, or all of them. And then they got your win and loss history, collections, garage. If you have multiple garages, you can choose one that you want to put in, which actually I have quite a few. Might change that myself. Medals, patches, trials, so different things to unlock, like banners and whatnot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we'll go over the market too. I forgot about that. And crafting, actually. So the market you unlock, like I said, at level 8. And this is where you can sell and buy items using your Crossout coins, aka gold. That's what I call it because they're gold coins. And pretty much if you want to sell something, go to your storage. Let's say I want to sell my harpy. You can go to trade, and you can type in how much you want to sell it for. Now, there is a special way to play the market. I'm not good at it, so I'm not going to go into it. That's a whole nother thing. Plenty of people did videos on that. You can look it up on YouTube. But if you want to play the market, kind of like how you play the stock market, it kind of works the same, and you can maximize profit that way. I don't do it because I don't feel like it makes enough profit to really matter that much. But let's say you didn't care, like me, and you just wanted to sell something fast, and you don't care about, a big loss or anything like that. You can go here, you can click sell, and you just type in the amount of one of these. So like if I wanted to sell it for the most expensive price, I could go here and click sell and type in 490.01. And then I click sell, it will post it. Sometimes there is a delay up to 30 minutes, anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes before it actually posts to the market page. And once it does, then it will either sell instantly if there's an available price for it, or it will be on there until somebody buys it for your price. Now, in terms of buying, it's simple. You can make an offer. So you can be like $4.90 if you wanted, and click add funds, and that posts your offer on the market. And if you want to just buy it outright, you can do that too. You simply just go buy, select the amount that you want, find the price, click order. Simple as that. So why don't we go ahead? Oh, also on the market, you can buy paints, you can buy different decor, you can buy all kinds of different cosmetics. So you can see here, excuse me, there is all kinds of paints you can buy. Now, they're not all this expensive. A lot of them are pretty cheap, pretty affordable. So like we'll go down the list here, and you can see like the further down the list I go, the cheaper they get, and they get really, really, really dirt cheap. So you can see they got them for all different prices. There are a good handful of expensive ones though. And up here, these are your icons. So if you want cabins, I don't know why it says frame. If you're looking for a cabin, you can go here, and over on this side, you select the rarity you want. So if I wanted, say, a light blue cabin, I could click that. It'll show only light blue cabins. And then I unclick it to toggle it. And then if I say want a legendary cab, I can click that and go here. And if you click relic, there's nothing there because there's no relic cabins in the game yet. But you got cabins, weapons, modules. So like coolers, radiators, coolers, radiators, defense modules like this or this. You got engines and all kinds of different things. And this one is your movement parts, so your wheels, hovers, tank tracks, augers, everything. This again is decor. This one is like a mixture of decor and paint. This one is resources. And this one is just everything. One other thing I need to mention too, I totally forgot about it. With the raids, you need something called fuel. Now you have 200 fuel by default each day. Once you use that up, it's gone. But you can buy fuel on the market, or you can use fuel tanks, which you can get on the market, or you can craft, which I'll show you in a second. But you can use fuel tanks in battle. If you don't die in the battle and you win, you get fuel. And that stacks up, it adds up and adds up and adds up. And that way you can always have fuel to do raids, because for each raid, the higher the difficulty, the more fuel you're going to need. For easy raids, it's 20. For medium raids, it's 40. And for hard raids, it's 60. Alright, so on to the crafting. This is where you're going to find all your factions. Factions are the way you're going to get most of your parts. Each time you level up a faction, you get the parts that are correspondent for that level. The one you start off with and your main one, it's kind of like your account level, so to speak, is called Engineers. This one is where you're going to get all your basic parts and things of that nature from. All your main frames here that you need to build your car. Your part limit will go up over time, so don't worry about that. It is a bit of a grind, but the more you level up, the more your part limit will go up to a total of 80. Also, you get 7,000 intelligence at level 30, so I was wrong about that. So that'll start you guys off pretty good. And then every level after 30, you get a engineered container. It can contain either an upgrade stabilizer or coins. Upgrade stabilizers we'll get to here in a second. But pretty much what you do is you find the faction that you want to craft parts from. And some of these you won't have unlocked right away. You'll only have engineers at first, and I believe at level 5 or 10, you'll be able to choose another faction. So you go click on the faction that you want to craft something for, and you can find the item. It can be any of these items that are on the list. It's going to be different for every faction. So I'll show you. So here is the materials that you need. The amount you need is on the right. The amount you have is on the left. This is the cost. If it costs anything to use the workbench, it's called a workbench. To craft, it'll tell you. It can be 20 gold, it can be 10 gold. It'll let you know. This one is free. So if we want an LM54 cord, all we do is make sure we got the resources. We choose the amount we want. Say we want 2. When we click craft, it'll confirm that you want 2 pieces, and that actually completed a challenge for me too. And that's all there is to it. Now, there will be different things you need to craft, depending on what item it is and the rarity. As you see there. So keep that in mind, that it will be harder and harder to craft the higher the rarity you go on the item. This faction here is the current battle pass. This will always be the current battle pass. So you can click on that. You can see what parts are available, what you're going to be getting, or what you already got, I mean. You can click on season rewards, and this will show you the entire list of everything. You can scroll through it. And yeah, I mean, not too much to crafting really. Now the battle pass obviously does cost money. It's $10 US. It is worth getting. Like I said, you get roughly $200 worth of stuff for a $10 price tag. So it's really not that bad of an investment. It's worth doing. I highly suggest you do it if you end up enjoying the game. Now, do be aware that this game is very grindy, and it's going to take you a long time to get that level 30 and start really being able to do things. So do keep that in mind. And I think that was pretty much about it. I hope I went over everything. I think I did. Oh, stabilizers. Let's go to those real quick. Alright, so you can upgrade your items in this game. Only blue items and higher, though. You cannot upgrade white items. So if you right-click the item you want to upgrade, it'll bring up this screen. And it'll tell you you'll get either 1, 2, or 3 bonuses, depending on the item. And it'll be 1 from each category. So 1 from reliability, 1 from power, and 1 from something else. And it's totally random, by the way. But say you want to upgrade something, click down here, you need 2 more items of the exact same thing. So if you want to upgrade a chameleon, you need 3 chameleons in total. But let's say you upgrade your chameleon, you want active time on it, but it doesn't give you active time. But say you got mass reduction on it as well and you wanted to keep that, You could click on mass as long as you have the corresponding stabilizer, which is special stabilizer. This is for this rarity, which is special. And that one will be a guaranteed upgrade, and then you'll just get one from this category here. But in order to upgrade it again, or re-roll your upgrades, I should say, you will need 2 more of the same item. So keep that in mind, that upgrading can get very pricey if you don't get the upgrades you want in the first 1 or 2 tries. But on a lot of items, it is worth upgrading, especially if it's something you plan on keeping long term, aka cabins, or i.e. I meant cabins, modules, wheels, weapons, any of that can be upgraded. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was useful. This was quite a long video, 30-minute video, but it was well deserved and people were asking for it. So I hope this I hope this video helps you guys out. And if you're new to the channel and you need some guidance, this is a perfect video for you to check out if you're just starting the game. So if you're new to the channel and you like this video, leave a like, subscribe for more, maybe check out some of my other videos on my channel, and I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Anubis Tech and Games, and I'll catch you on the next one.